What is up guys, this is Nikolai, also known as ItzNickers, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. In this video we are going to be continuing building the Capture the Flag map. In the last episode of the Capture the Flag map, it actually was a stream, so it wasn't a video. So if you guys didn't see the stream, we basically did a little bit of landscaping. You didn't miss out of too much because I pretty much just did the whole landscaping out here and then took the castle from the other side and then pasted it on top of here. As you can see, I just basically pasted it right there where it is now, so that's a little bit to fix up. But also in this episode I think we are going to be adding a few trees around, and we're also going to be adding a few houses around just to make the place look a little bit better. Also, if we have time, I don't know if we 100% have time yet, but we'll see. We're going to be making the center part, or the spawn, or whatever you want to call it. We are going to basically be making the middle structure in the middle of the whole Capture the Flag map. I'm thinking now that it's going to be a really big mushroom. Since I really like these kind of mushrooms, I think they really look good. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. I might be doing a little bit of a time lapse on that, so if that's something you guys would really like, please tell me in the comments. So that's pretty much everything that we are going to be covering in this episode, so I really hope you enjoy. So the very first thing we're going to be doing in today's episode is going to be smoothing this entrance to the castle out a little bit. Right now it looks a little bit well edited, and we don't really want that, so I'm basically just going to follow the landscape a little bit and make this entrance to the castle a little bit smoother. And also after that I think we might add a little bridge going over here, something like that, but that's going to come up in a later stage. But right now I'm just going to go ahead and crack on with smoothing this entrance to the castle out a little bit more. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much the whole smoothing out landscaping done there. I think I did a pretty decent job. Of course you can go ahead and add a few more things down here. It looks a little bit weird down here, but you know, it looks fine for now. It looks good to me. You could go ahead and add a little bit more, and we might do that in a little bit of a later stage. But for now I think in the next cut I'm just going to smooth up this as well. It looks a little bit well dated too, so we're just going to smooth that up. But we are also going to be adding a few things over near this little water hole over here. So what I'm thinking to do is I'm thinking to add a little bit of, you know, a waterfall coming down from this hill up top here, coming down to this water hole right here. And I think I might be adding a little bridge. I might be taking this pathway somewhere over to here somewhere. I'll see what I can come up with, and also I might be planting a few trees around. So I think I'm going to add that in a little bit of a time lapse, simply because it's just, we haven't got, oh my. So there we go guys, I hope you enjoyed that little third person time lapse there. It was a little bit short, and that is simply because I didn't plant any trees around the castle as I said I was going to do. And this is simply because I wanted to show you guys how I do these trees. I'm going to make them a little bit of a custom tree, if you can say like that. I'm not going to build it 100% from scratch. I'm going to get a little bit of help from work at it, but I'm just going to show you how I do one of the trees, and then I'm basically just going to do the rest of the trees off camera. But for now we are just going to do it on camera. So you're going to grab your oak wood, and then you're going to grab any tool you want. I just chose that iron axe here. You're going to hold it in your hand, and you're going to do this command. So you're going to do / tree and then big. Now what that basically is going to do is it's going to bound a tree to this axe, and this means basically when you left click on the ground anywhere you want, it's going to put a tree where you want or where you clicked. and that's very helpful. So that's what we're going to use. So we're going to take 3 logs up like this, put a a grass block on here just so we can place a tree on top. Now we're going to left click, boom, and as you can see, it created a very beautiful tree for us right there. So that's very helpful. So now just go ahead and replace that little block right there with a wood. And now here comes the custom bit, or what I call the custom bit, is where you just take these up, make the the bottom part a little bit thicker down here, and this is again supposed to look like it's kind of supporting the tree, even though it's not. Everyone knows that this is Minecraft, so it doesn't really hold up anything, but I like it. I like to make it look, make it look real, make it, follow the rules of gravity, if you can say it like that. So I like to add some small roots in the ground here. It makes, it makes the tree look a little bit more alive, if you can say it like that. So this is pretty much how I do the custom trees. You can also up here at the top here, you can go ahead, if you haven't seen it, I did it over here, and these trees down there, if you can see it. What this basically is you just take some branches or arms or whatever you basically want to call them here, if I can do this without deleting the whole tree. So you just create this small arms going up to the tree here. You can do it like that, and then maybe take these up so it meets up with that. So that looks very good. You can do it over here as well, something like this. So that's a little bit of a tree. So this is basically what I call a custom tree. It looks very good. Then also a thing I like to do in my my trees is I like to grab the glowstone, then go somewhere in the middle of the tree here, go ahead and go a few blocks down, and then place glowstone in there. Then just go ahead and place that in. You don't really see it, but at night it lights up very nicely. It lights the whole tree up, and I think that's a very nice little feature there. Another thing you can add to this tree here is you can just add some leaves down below here. It adds something to the ground. Also right here I want to add a little bit of glowstone in the ground, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab my glowstone once again, place it in, and then put some leaves on top. It adds some light down below, so it's kind of lighting up on the tree at night. So that is very nice. Just gonna place that back in there. What can we add more? That's kind of what the custom trees are going to look like. So I'm gonna add a few of those across here, maybe skip that little bit there, then do it across here and around. So basically around the castle here, and that's what I'm going to do off camera. So I'll be right back with you guys when I'm done. Sometimes the trees you get with World Edit look very ugly, and this is one of them. This is not what we want. Okay guys, so it's been about 30 minutes since you guys got the last update on this map. I've added a few key things that I wanted to show you guys. The first key thing is these mushrooms here. I really like these big mushrooms, or this big mushroom I added right here. I'm not 100% sure if I like the small ones, but I'm just gonna keep them in for now. So the second key thing I wanted to show you is this custom tree over here. This is definitely one of my favorite trees I've ever created. I just think for some reason this looks very nice, and this is kind of some inspiration for you guys. You can add this to pretty much any city, any build, any map you want, and it's really gonna look good. So what it basically is the logs placed randomly down the bottom, sideways, upright, all different ways, and it looks very good. And then just add some leaves down there, and then just a normal tree placed on top, and that's pretty much it. Very easy. So the third thing I wanted to show you here is I fixed I smoothed out this little hole here, so we don't have that anymore. So that's very good. And now I'm pretty much stuck, if you can say it like that. I don't really know what I'm going to build next. I just had a brain freeze. I don't know what I'm gonna build next. We can just maybe take the landscaping a little bit further out maybe, but that's gonna be a little bit of boring. We've done quite a few bits of landscaping, quite a little bit of landscaping. So I think I'm just gonna fly a little bit around, check a little bit of the time, come up with a thing I wanted to build maybe, or something like that, and I'll be right back with an update when I have one. So in this little third person time lapse here, I thought I would take some time to get to talk to you guys about this series. In this series, I'm thinking that the content is starting to get a little bit repetitive. It's starting to get a little bit boring, simply because it's just me doing the same thing over and over again, you know. So I'm thinking that I'm going to mix up my contents a little bit, and what I mean by that is I'm going to be starting doing some building updates. And what building updates basically is, it's where I explain what I'm going to be building, and then I build it off camera, and that way we get a lot more done in the episodes, and I think the episodes are going to get a lot, you know, better and a lot more fun to watch for you guys as well. So that's just something I wanted to say to you guys. So now I think it's time to get back into building. Okay, so again, I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse there. It was a little bit of different time lapse, you know, but it's kind of nice to mix it up a little bit. But in that time lapse, I got quite a bit done there, so you know, it kind of helps to make those time lapses, because you know, I get a lot more done when I do it, you know, in a time lapse than, you know, building it all on camera for some reason. I don't know, but you know, I added a few mushrooms around. I added the path going around to here up to the castle, you know. So that's kind of and also this is a really cool feature I came up with. This is supposed to look like it's an arrow going up to this, you know, and this is supposed to look like an arrow going this way, you know. It's just a little feature there. It doesn't really do anything, you know. I thought it was quite nice to add that in. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to be it for this episode. Just fly up a little bit so you guys can see. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be it for this episode. It's a little bit a shorter episode than we normally do, but I think we got quite a lot done in this episode, simply because we used a new style of, you know, building or whatever, which I explained in the little time lapse there. So I think I'm gonna do that from now on, you know, just to try it out for a few episodes and just to see how much we can get done. So that is pretty much it for this episode anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome contents. This has been ItzNickers, and I'm out. I'll see you later, guys. Take care.